Good evening. Welcome to Eye in Bethel. I'm Paul Zedkowski, your host for tonight's program. Today's economic environment, it's worrisome to everyone. It's a global issue. It's a federal issue. It's a state issue. It's a local issue. We're all worried. We read the newspaper, we watch the TV, people are losing their jobs. What do we do? And you know, we as citizens of the town of Bethel, we're all concerned for each other. And you know, you look to the federal situation, you find, just recently, just aggravating to me is when you find this AIG thing occurring and you find our senator rewarding the I guess the lack of a better word, the executives, if you want to call them, with bonuses. Now, how many times that you and I, working in our environment, when the supervisors come to you and said, you've done a terrible job, I'm going to give you a bonus, and stay on the job. Ridiculous, isn't it, people? Fortunately, we do have some legislators who are concerned about not only the institution whom they represent, so whether it's the state or local level, but they're also concerned about their constituents. And with me tonight, I have an individual whom we all know, David Scribner of the 107th District. David is our representative for Bethel as well as Brookfield. Welcome to the program, David. It's a crazy time, and I could imagine you being up in Hartford there saying, goodness gracious, this is what, you told me before the program, your 10th anniversary, you survived. And you know, I probably want to say, this is probably the worst time ever in your 10-year history.
It's certainly the most challenging.
Yes, from an economic point of view.
In a very significant way. You know, we started this session, which is our long session, the first week of January. I have been in Hartford virtually 5 days a week since the first week of January. Never felt the level of concern, pressure, immediate need as we go through the process as I have this year, and I'm now beginning my 11th year in Hartford. The challenges are great, and first and foremost, my focus is on the quality of life and serving the individuals that are within Brookfield and Bethel in the 107th District. The problems and issues that we face and address on a daily basis are well beyond that. Yeah. And so we're not living in a microcosm. This is truly a global economic crisis that we're experiencing. Most people living today are experiencing that for the first time because it's readily been acknowledged by all economists that this is the most significant economic crisis that we've faced since the Great Depression, which was now 70 years ago. So we have our work cut out for us, and we're attempting to address things from a common sense perspective, facing the harsh realities, making the tough decisions that are not only going to address things today, but are going to improve things into the future.
I know, I guess the common denominator everybody's saying is, when's the red ink going to stop flowing? You know, that's the big question here. And I've been keeping up a little bit what you and the governor and the Republican delegation has been trying to do is keep it in check. And just recently, I guess in February, you had, if I'm not mistaken, voted in favor of legislation to eliminate $1.2 billion of the state's $1.3 billion deficit. You want to expand upon that a little bit for the people? You know, we're talking not millions anymore. We're talking in these billions numbers, and it's sort of mind-boggling.
I think it's important to note that you know, I'm part of the House Republican Caucus and proud to be one of its leaders. Going back to nearly a year ago, we were trying to encourage there to be steps taken and measures implemented that would help to put us in a better place as we faced this economic downturn. And as we talked a lot about last spring, the do-nothing budget is exactly what the majority in Hartford wound up doing. We believed that it was a level of avoidance and denial, that it was obvious that we were at the beginning stages of a true economic downturn, and we could have taken steps then that might have allowed for what we have faced since to have less negative impact. Unfortunately, that was not to be, and we wound up being in the situation that we are in. Having said that, I would also tell you